this host Eric, and this morning I'm being a bean, like a lot of people maybe. I figured today's the day to be a bean. Let's see, temperatures drop, huh? Today it gets to be as high as 86, but tomorrow 74, Tuesday 70. So temps drop, as they say on the uh, Microsoft Windows information bottom thing. The Windows weather report, you might call it. It's the weather report I use most often. Not necessarily because it's the best weather report, although it's not a bad weather report. It's just that it's right there at the bottom of the computer. Easy to see, easy to love, easy to cherish. So, I thought about titling this live stream, My Life as a Highly Sensitive Person. But then I realized I'm not a highly sensitive person. Oh, sure, I might be a little sensitivo, as they say in Spanish. Well, that's a lot different than sensitive. Got a good night's sleep last night. Feeling very rested. And this might be a bit of a shock to you and everybody else. I pooped before I streamed this morning, which is pretty unusual. I'm normally a post-stream pooper. I did something else this morning kind of crazy. This has got to be working, this B12. I tell you, I'm pretty convinced it's working. The neuropathy is not as bad as it was. Just keep taking a couple of these like multiple times a day, these B12s. See if I can cure my neuropathy that way. If I can cure mine that way, then we can cure Rachel's that way, which is much more important to cure than mine. Because I have very minor neuropathy. So anyway, being a bean. It's hard to be a bean because being a bean means you're constantly being things. So being a bean means you're being just a bean and nothing else. It's really hard to be just a bean. You know, like I'm a bean, but I'm also a pot smoker. Well, I'm going to smoke my first bowl in the morning right now. So while you lucky live stream participants did not get to participate in my morning poo, it came on a little bit too fast for you to get to be a part of it. Nevertheless, you get to be a part of my first bong rip of the day, and that's pretty special too. Maybe not as important as pooing. Maybe a close second. Yesterday's college football was full of surprises. For example, though not a shock, it was definitely an upset that Texas lost to Oklahoma in the Wed Wibble Wibblewee. I think that every year, Wed Women Week should coincide with the Wed Wibble Wibblewee. which is, of course, if you don't know, the college football game played between Oklahoma Sooners, the Oklahoma Sooners, and the Texas Longhorns. It's played at the Cotton Bowl, which I guess is approximately halfway between um, Norman, Oklahoma, and wherever UT is. Is UT in Austin? I'm not sure. But anyway, they play the Red River rivalry at a neutral site. So it's got like half Oklahoma fans, half Texas fans. But I had picked Texas to win that game. I'm rooting for Sark, of course. Steve Sarkisian, former USC coach, who got fired because he was such a drunk. He was drunk on the job, and he was putting in expensive reports for like tequila for his coaches and stuff before games. Eventually, he just was too much of a drunk and he got fired. So now he's sober. You could totally tell he's sober when they interview him on the sideline too. It's like, I remember when he was coach of SC, he was definitely a drunk. Hey, Ruse Moose. I'm being a bean, you know. I'm more being than doing, although at the moment I'm talking. You know, don't have a lot on the schedule for today. Yesterday I had sexual intercourse on the schedule. I completed that task, so that's the kind of hard, busy, chore-filled life I lead. Today I gotta take the trash cans up to the street. That's one thing I gotta do. Plus, I was thinking about starting an ENTJ channel where yeah, my goal setting, right. I'm gonna start an ENTJ channel where I pretend like I show my outside of my house, which looks very nice, you know. Be like, do you think I could have attained this without goal setting? No. Do you want a big house and a yacht and girls in bikinis? You too need to set goals. And then I'd have lots of subscribers. All you gotta do is be stupid and lie, and you'll have plenty of subscribers. Although I gotta say, my sub numbers have been going up. I attribute it half to doing more shorts and half to vertically live streaming instead of horizontally live streaming, even though I prefer horizontal live streaming. How about you, Bruce Moose? Are you rocking the skins with your potity, 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 pow, pow? That's my imitation of drums. Potity, 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 pow. Yeah, I don't like the vertical live streaming either. It's like I'm only using up a fraction of the screen. Damn you, cloggy bastard. I know you're clogging on purpose, just to piss me off. There are a few things in life quite as pukey as trying and failing to unclog a cloggy bowl. Well, Ruse Moose, I know it sounds impossible, but you and I are going to have to collaborate on a #1 hit song. And once we do that, then we'll be able to go on tour. You know, if you really tried hard, you could produce some song of mine really well, I bet. Put down drums, I have a bass now, I can put down bass myself. And you can try to make it all clean and tight and perfect, and then it would sound great. Maybe we could even get you singing, because you probably have a cute foreign accent. I love listening to foreigners singing songs in English, or writing their songs in English when they don't really speak English that well. Like, there's a song Rachel and I listen to where it goes, but hey, I see you walking there. It's like, I see you walking. Where are you going? It must be special there. I wonder what's over there. Flashing quarter eye. I don't know in that song whether it says flashing quarter eye or flashing corduroy and just mispronounces it. I like the idea of flashing quarter eye. Oh, you also have a mustache. That's great. That could really work in our favor. If I could get me out of the picture entirely, like in a music video, some young attractive male representing me, and ideally someone with a mustache, and then get Rachel to be the girl in the music video. I'd have a lot better chance of succeeding if people didn't know it was me. So I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it in a previous live stream, Brave Moose and or Acacia. Hi Acacia, good morning. But I was talking about it some yesterday, I think. Johnny injured his throat, and his vocal cords or whatever, had to cancel the whole rest of his tour. So, good thing we saw him at the second location on the tour rather than the 7th, or we wouldn't have seen him. We would have been so disappointed. Instead, we're very appointed. Unclog, you filthy beast. Anyway, this filthy animal that calls itself my bull and stem is just a clogging catastrophe. You gotta ream it. Okay, I'll come watch you eat. God. Just give me a minute. I Okay, I hear you. I haven't even pulled hardly any bowls yet. Yeah, good thing you didn't get those Mexico tickets. Mexico City. It's like another world. Nice this year, they say. You'll be my senorita in jeans and pearls. But first, let's get off this highway. Off this highway. We'll move up to Manhattan and fill the place with friends. Drive to the coast and drive right back again. One day we'll wake up, make love until then. Try to hang on, Maxine. Song's Maxine by Donald Fagen. Anyway, how many times he played? 7 shows, I believe, on his current tour before he broke his voice and had to cancel the rest of the tour. The whole rest of the tour. First he said, oh, he's got laryngitis, he's having to cancel a couple of dates. But then he had to go get surgery on his vocal cords. Okay, kitty. Well, Keisha, I'm not going to disagree with you. There's a certain cat that I know is pretty close to where we are right now, who's possibly the best eater in all the county. Human or feline, frankly. I come in trouble. He's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That bowl pulled straight down to the bottom of the stem where it clogged. Ridiculously. I'm trying to get a good bowl pulled, Trouble. Chill out for a second. Now pull properly. Your cat Cobweb is the best eater in all of Eagle Rock. I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that. Eagle Rock's not known for its good eaters, so it's a pretty low bar. You must go to Casa Bianca all the time. Okay, there you go. Now that's some good eating, this Casa Bianca. Okay, Daddy's here to watch you eat. And to give you pets. Because you need an audience to eat. And I kind of get it, I was a little disappointed that I pooed before the stream this morning. I like to include the audience in that SI experience. So it's not like I don't have some equivalent through which I can relate to you. Purple. I do. Oh, good kitty. Oh, fine gentleman. You are a gentleman, kitty. Yes. Well, I got 2 dead mouses out of the house last night. 2 dead mice. Well, one of them was already dead that I found in a corner trying to find the live one that they were still after. And then I finally got to the one that was dying. And I just scooped it up in a box and put it out in the bushes outside. Figured in that instance, tough call, put it out of its misery or let it die in peace. In that instance, I went with let it die in peace. It was so badly wounded, it didn't have much life left in it, I don't think. Sad. I mean, obviously I don't want mice in the house, so if they are in the house, I want the cats to kill them. But I don't want the cats to go get mice from outside and bring them in and kill them. It hurts my heart. But that's what they do. Because they're cats. You can't stop cats from being cats any more than you can stop people from being people. Cats just insist on continuing to be cats. Alright. My birthday is April 27th, 1971. April 27th, 1971 is my birthday. It was an important day in history. It was the day I was born. One day they'll put up a statue of me someplace and they'll declare April 27th Eric Day. Until then, I'll continue struggling in obscurity. Such is life. If you enjoy endlessly struggling in obscurity for no apparent reason, you too might want to become a YouTuber. I have my reasons, okay? They may not be apparent, but that doesn't mean they're bad. So, I'm out of cigarettes, but I have so many cigarette butts lying around of varying sizes that I don't even feel remotely like I'm out of cigarettes, really. This is an advantage of throwing. This is partially why I started putting cigarette butts on the ground instead of putting them in the ashtray. Because it's more frugal. It's like, a lot of times I only smoke a few hits off a cigarette, then I'll put it out or put it away or whatever, like throw it away. Well, there's a lot of cigarette left to smoke on it. So if I put them in my ashtrays, which are like jugs of gross cigarette-filled water, then what do you think's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. Everybody's going to scream and alarm. No, then I'll waste a lot of cigarette. Like this cigarette I'm smoking right now was a butt I had right there. Very, very large butt. I don't really love smoking a full cigarette anyway, because it's a lot of cigarette at one time, Except first thing in the morning. That one, it's important to have a full cigarette. Ideally, with your cup of coffee, first thing in the morning, you have a full cigarette. Then, everybody gathers around you and sings, "Celebrate the moments of your life." Let's see. Hi, Boba Fett, if I didn't say that already. You're gonna have to dry them out before you can smoke them again. I don't need to dry them out. They're not wet. That's what I'm talking about. The ones I didn't put in the buckets. The ones that I just throw on the ground. part of me scolds myself for my laziness for just throwing them on the ground. But I forget that a lot of times I throw it on the ground because it's almost a full cigarette and I don't want to just put it in the bucket. So anyway, it may look like I'm just a sloppy fuck, but there's actually a reason why I don't put cigarette butts sometimes in the ashtray. Sometimes the reason is I'm lazy and don't feel like it. Don't feel like doing what? Don't feel like doing this. Because I put this in a bad place and I haven't ever moved it. You move it right, then I can just easily put cigarette butts in it. But, there. Now I've solved that problem. That's Eric's 6 watt TE finally kicking in. The thing is, it's not just 6 watt TE, it's like acknowledging and recognizing that that inconvenience is a problem. So in that regard, I guess it's partially FI. It's like I don't like to have to lean over there and do that inconveniently. But I don't really notice that as a problem worth attending to right away. Ergo, takes me a while to fix it. There's a lot of problems around here like that that take me a long time to fix with easy solutions. Like crack the side garage door to let the cats go in and out instead of having to tear up the weather stripping. I should get such a thing. The problem is, we like to dream of realities that can never come true. Like of an ashtray that's not overflowing with cigarette butts so much that you can't use it anymore. Now I've solved that with my bucket of butts solution. It's a perfect ashtray for disposing of cigarette butts that you aren't going to return to smoke again. But there's the basic matter of frugality, right? It's not very frugal, given how expensive cigarettes are, to throw out a cigarette butt that's still got half a cigarette on it. You can smoke it again yourself later. Now, if you're in a public setting where you're not sure if the cigarette butt in the ashtray is really yours, well, then you have to just say, fuck it. But anyhow, so that's my story about cigarettes. I want to talk a little bit now about the very important question of Crunchyroll's new season. I've got great news, everybody. It's fantastic. Last season was a stinker. Let's not lie to ourselves. The summer season was a stinker. Sure, it had a couple of gems. They always have a couple of gems. But overall, it was a stinker. This season is phenomenal. It's overflowing with exactly the kind of isekai I like. And so far, it's like every single one of them I want to watch. I've got a few early faves picked out. Like, one of them's called I Will Survive by Making Potions. And that one's very good. It's a very interesting idea. So she asks the reincarnation lady, is this world I'm going to your typical isekai world, magics, swords, hunters, guilds, etc.? And the lady's like, yeah, there are all those things. So she asks for this OP power to make potions that can do anything. When she actually gets to the world, there's really not any magic in the world. It's just such a small amount of magic that after a lifetime of study, a mage might be able to light a candle with fire. That's how much magic there is. And now her super OP power is even mega super extra OP. So that's going to be an excellent show. I like it a lot. She starts off, there's one of a couple of possible reincarnation tropes that are typical. This time she's a 35-year-old, corporate slave. And of course gets reincarnated into the youngest age, same body, same genetics and everything, but the youngest age that's considered legally an adult in that new world. Another typical isekai trope. I guess typical trope is redundant. I should just say trope. I'm pleased with the recent success of the Mindy's Club videos I put up. That makes me happy. Old people are so racist. Got 4,000 views. It's me. It's just me saying, dark clouds over there. Looks like rain's coming. And she said, all people are so racist. So they're the woodland friends. I'm out here because I've got another pile of butts. I don't just have one pile of butts in the garage. I've also got this wonderful pile of butts over here. As you can see, it's quite a few butts. Got some big ones like this one here. This is a real juicer. Bucket of butts. But. Put those in a bucket. It's like a head coach of a football team would do. Here's your bucket of butts right here. Want to put all your butts, all your excuses. Would you put them all right here in this bucket? Interesting day in college football, as I might have mentioned. Not only did number 10 Notre Dame lose to number 25 Louisville, at Louisville, and a pretty stout defeat too. They lost going away by 2 scores. So interesting. They're playing USC next week, who came back from a 17-point deficit to defeat Arizona 43-41 in triple overtime. Yeah, I watched the whole game. It was distressing to say the least, but Caleb Williams, who's just a magician, saved our asses again. Caleb Williams is the best football player I have ever seen. I've been watching USC football my entire life. I've seen Matt Leinart. I've seen Reggie Bush. I've seen Carson Palmer, all the great USC players of the last 40 years, let's say, that I remember clearly. I have never seen anybody as good as Caleb Williams. He is the best football player I have ever seen. He is an absolute magician. The one player who reminds me of him a little bit is Vince Young. What Vince Young did to USC at the Rose Bowl, oh, that was the saddest game. It was also one of the greatest football games in college football history. But I didn't see Vince Young. I didn't watch him all season. Like I watched Caleb Williams all last year and this year. And he won that game yesterday with his feet. He did not win it with his arm. We were not, well, I mean, the thing is, Arizona was brilliant in their defensive planning. They know that Lincoln Riley does not want to get Caleb Williams hurt. So he's trying to not run with Caleb Williams at all. He's trying to tell Caleb, hey, just sit back in the pocket, throw the ball. Let's just pick them apart with the passing game, and let the running backs take the bruising with the running. So he very, very much doesn't want to get Caleb Williams hurt. So what does Arizona do? Now, I get it. A lot of you guys aren't sports fans probably. But as you maybe can tell, I am both a sports fan and a very knowledgeable sports fan of the sports that I know about and that I like. I was just raised too much as a sports fan. This is SI for you. It's not an ENTP's natural thing to go to be a sports fan, but I was raised, I was steeped like a tea bag in USC sports, especially USC football, especially. It's like it was like a religion around our house. So anyway, Arizona came out and played a dollar defense, which is 7 DBs. They're just rushing 3 down linemen, 1 linebacker, 7 DBs. And it worked. They shut down our passing offense completely. Caleb kept dropping. We'd still have time he'd have time to throw the ball because they're not rushing very many people, He couldn't find anybody open. The Arizona secondary was that effective. And additionally, when we tried to run the ball with the running back, they'd make the plays. Their safeties would come up and the DBs would make the tackles and stuff, and we were having trouble running the ball against them. Then Marshawn Lloyd got hurt, who's our starting back, or got taken out of the game for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but then we had our second string running back in. But what did Caleb Williams do? He just said, and Lincoln Riley, I'm sure, told him this. He said, all right, fine. I'll just win the game myself with my legs. He just started scrambling, and he's just such a magician. He knows exactly like where the first down marker is all the time. So he'll like reach out with the ball, get past the first down marker, then step out of bounds. This one 2-point conversion where at the end where he was dead to right tackle. There's no way he was gonna make it into the end zone for this 2-point conversion, and he just pulled this whoop-de-whoops thing that just left. It was amazing. It was amazing that he got the 2-point conversion. And then our defense finally shut him down. So we won the game, but it was a nail biter to the very end. Arizona played a great game. Still, a win's a win. And I think we'll walk away from that one feeling like we learned a few things about not getting too complacent. We had to come back from 17 points down. And they showed this statistic like in the last 20 years, when down by 17 points, it's like USC's like 1-40 or something. Well, we did it last night. Caleb Williams did it last night by himself, basically. Then I was surprised to see I didn't get to watch the game because I don't have Pac-12 network because I refused to pay $100 a month just for one channel. Yes, I want to watch the Pac-12 games, but YouTube TV does not have Pac-12 network. And almost all the good Pac-12 games are on the big networks. But yesterday's one that I really wanted to see, UCLA versus Washington State. I was not able to watch it. But UCLA won. I'm surprised. I would have expected Washington State to win that. Good for UCLA. And Oregon State outlasted Cal. So that's good. I'd like to see the Pac-12 teams doing well. Colorado struggled with, but did eventually beat Arizona State, who's getting better as the season moves along. They're 4-2 now. I think Coach Prime's got to feel pretty good about that, having lost only to USC and Oregon. Both of them top 10 teams. So he's got to feel pretty good about that 4-2 record. And Shedeur Sanders is looking like, his own kind of magician. He's not Caleb Williams, but he's got his own kind of magic going on. Gonna establish a C. Willie fan club? I don't know who C. Willie is. Is that the name of looking at my penis? Did I show my penis accidentally? I hope not. I do have modesty pants on, so it should be avoided. I got my modesty pants on today because I'm wearing my bun huggers. And everybody knows you can't reveal bun huggers without being guilty of a gross immodesty. Uptown, downtown, round and round we go. Indeed. Now, I don't expect this to be an especially long live stream because I'm not on any amphetamines. I do want to watch some cartoons. Oh, Caleb Williams is C. Willie. No, I mean, I am legitimately a fan of his, but that's not anything unusual. I mean, I would just say it's saying something when I say it's the best meow ever, as it was when I was saying that about the Johnny show. It means that when I say it's the best football player I've ever seen play at USC, okay? And I can only fairly evaluate those players because I see every single game. This card is for Acacia. Goes right there. And let's see what else the tarot has to say about Acacia. 2 more to make it complete. This one goes on the bottom. And this one goes on top. Okay. Let's see what acacia's underlying foundation today is. Acacia is the King of Cups. Yes, I am bald. Your eyes are not broken. Now let's see the top level foundation for Acacia today. Poverty, hardship, outcast, low lack. Well, you may be lacking in company, potentially even. This one, King of Pentacles. This is your directionality. Your self-concept, the Magician. And the outcome, the Six of Pentacles. Benefit, reward, gain, charity, profit, increase, generous. Well, we got a lot of pentacles. You got yourself being the King of Cups. But maybe you're currently lacking something to pour that emotion onto out of the cup. That's what you pour things out of. What do you think? Does it make good sense? It looks like it makes the top of your head blue. Someone's top of their head is blue. I wonder who, I wonder who. Could it be Acacia? Okay. Here's a poll for robot tree arm. Let's see what the tarot had to say about it. Kitty, you're standing on the tarot place. This is supposed to go right where you're standing. There. And there. Oh, kitty, you came and I petted you softly, and I wanted to tell you meow, meow, meow. Yes, I did. And so I told you that. All right, robot tree arm, you're probably not still here, but let's see. Your foundation is King of Swords, pragmatic thinker, rational. Your top foundation is Wish card, 9 of Cups, plentiful. Directionality is Page of Swords, towards conversation. Your self-concept, 4 of Rods. And the outcome, Knight of Pentacles. Practical, entrepreneur. Reliable. Hi, Misty Joy. I'm fine. How are you? We're doing a little bit of pull for Paul, as it's called. Right now it's pull for Misty Joy. Misty Joy, here you are. We'll find out if you're the terror star, or horrible, horrible things are gonna happen to you. Could be interpreted that way. Normally when the tarot predicts horrible things happening for me, nothing horrible happens. So I don't think that Tarot is that reliable at predicting horribility. Okay, here we go. Misty Joy, let's find out what your bottom level foundation is. Earth Mama, honorable, successful, Queen of Pentacles. Your top foundation. Ooh, la, la. Misty Joy, look at you, all naked with a naked person. Directionality. King of Pentacles. Get in the zone. Okay, well, I'll get in the zone shortly. Just let me eliminate the man-to-man defense first. Your self-concept, Misty Joy. Soulmates. Yeah, probably that same person you're naked with up there. And the outcome, plentiful wishes. Get in the zone. The auto zone. Thanks, George. I'll keep that in mind. I guess I should probably go to the auto zone. I'm sure there's something my car could use. Here's a card for you. I don't know if that's a double. You never take a double. That's the rule in tarot. It's the one universal rule that nobody can deny. Here you go. Oh, George, you got struggle, defense, effort. Let's see what else you get. Maybe you get something better. Journey. You're on a journey to the unknown. Thanks to the Eight of Cups. That's the underlying foundation. Your self-concept is struggle. Your top level foundation, though, is the Knight of Cups, the lover, the romantic, the artiste. You were very sad today? Why, Mr. Joy? What happened? Did your lover leave town? What happened? Tell me about it. What makes you sad? And George, your directionality is towards the plentiful. The outcome? Huh? Lovers. Looks like George is gonna get some action today. That's the outcome. George is going to poke. That's what George is going to say today, too. Nice spread. Misty Joy, tell us why you're sad. Let us learn the ways of your sadness so that we can make you feel better. Boba Fett, you're moving in the direction of the Chariot. It's a nice card for you there. Your underlying foundation is wish card plentiful, luck, win. Your top level foundation this is your self-concept. Self-concept, Knight of Pentacles. Reliable, practical entrepreneur. Your top level frame is a journey to the unknown. The Eight of Cups. This one is the outcome. Uh-oh. That's not a very good outcome. The Six of Pentacles. Sorrow, anguish. Boba Fett the Tarot is really mean to you. And I pull a third one as the Tower card. I keep trying to get more explanation about this poverty card. It'd be better. I get sorrow and disaster. Well, I'm sorry, Boba Fett. The Tarot didn't want to give you a very good outcome today. I tried to correct it twice, but it just kept getting worse. Oh, sometimes the tarot will do that to you, you know. You know, but this can be good things. All those things can be good things. People try to tell you that. Those aren't good things. But here's the good news. I have yet to have the tarot correctly predict horribleness in my own life. Like, I kept getting the most horrible cards before we went on the Johnny show trip. And nothing bad happened at all. It was great. So here's a poll for me. This will be this one. I'm moving towards extroverted vivaciousness and graciousness as the Queen of Rods. Now, no, that's a 2 first. You want to take that. This one is here. The underlying foundation is the Ace of Cups. Feel bliss heart. Open. This is the top level foundation. Journey to the unknown. 8 of Cups. That one goes there. And this one goes here. My self-concept is as the Emperor. The outcome, Tower. Chariot evolution. Well, Boba Fett, it makes you feel any better. I got the Tower card too. So you and I both are going to have a nice disaster-filled day. Now let's see about Rachel. Okay. She's moving towards the directionality of heartache. Her foundation is Page of Rods. Her top level foundation is the Lovers. Her self-concept is as the 8 of Pentacles. And the outcome is the Hanged Man. Well, she's going to talk to her mom and her sister today. And that's it for tarot cards today. And that's also it for me and this live stream. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.